I wanted to touch on a couple of things that Ms. Kaplan just talked about too, but I wanted to do it with a little more interactively.
Okay.
I found it interesting that I agree with the Make Oakland Better Now folks, who I don't always agree with, but in terms of the exact replica of the ceasefire program, I am really supportive of, especially the discussion that he had of doing the upfront police work so that you can really leverage the behavior change when you have the call-in process. And that was something we didn't do according to the book.
Right.
And I think that really is a huge difference. And I just wanted to hear your commitment to doing it closer to the way it's proposed.
So one of the things that, and thank you for bringing that up, because I am very committed to the call-in program. I've actually attended a number of site visits away from Oakland and saw how it's worked in High Point and some of the other places. I'm very good friends with Stuart Wakeling. In fact, he will be here on May 4th in my office. We're having a luncheon with a number of police chiefs from around the Bay Area to talk about strategies to reduce violence. And I'm not sure if David Kennedy is going to be here, but I'm sure that they'll be working together to help Oakland. So we're actually, and I really can't get into some of the discussions that we're doing to lay the groundwork for that model where we use people as example of, if you're arrested, this is what's going to happen to you, and if you change your life, here's what could happen to you. You can turn your life around. Here are some ways for you to do that. So there has been a lot of work around that area. We've been working closely with some of our faith-based organizations, including OCO, who was here today. And so we're working with the DA and the U.S. Attorney's Office to actually do that model where we use an incident or some type of action to show what will happen if you don't change your life. And so that's the carrot and the stick model that we want to continue to use.
Great, I appreciate that. The other issue that I wanted to get a little more clarity on is, and Ms. Kaplan started talking about the guns after they're shot. I'm interested in why there are so many guns flowing into our city and so easily accessible to our young people. Are you working with some of the federal agencies on that are supposed to take some responsibility there as well? And why is it? I know we've strategized to close our gun stores, and then we were successful in doing that, and yet there's must be a considerable flow of black market guns coming into the city that somehow has to be addressed.
Yes, and so the alcohol, tobacco, and firearms, they have actually been very helpful in helping us to understand the illegal gun trafficking, not only in Oakland, but in the Bay Area. So there are a number of initiatives that are underway, again, that I can't really comment publicly, but I just received a report today from the ATF director, and one of the things that was really startling to me was there are no licensed firearms dealers in Oakland, but in surrounding counties, there's 541 licensed firearm dealers. And so when you look at a red flag, and these are Alameda County, other surrounding jurisdictions, Contra Costa County, San Francisco, Marin, all those other areas, there's a lot of ways for people to purchase firearms that they don't have to go too far to do that. So there's a lot of research that's being done. There's a very robust gun tracing effort that's being done by ATF to look at where are the crime guns being recovered and where are those guns coming from that are being recovered in Oakland. So for every gun that we recovered, they're doing a very robust tracing to find out where they're coming from. So I think there's about, I don't exactly remember the numbers, but there's a heavy number of guns that are being recovered in Oakland today. And so that's helping us to understand where they're coming from and who's responsible for trafficking illegal firearms. But a number of people available to sell guns outside of Oakland is really startling to me when I saw that today.
That might be something to raise to the Association of Bay Area Governments. I used to be on that executive committee, but I'm no longer. But Jane Bruner is. I think the mayor might still be. I'm not positive. And possibly,
Henry
possibly, he's no longer there. But also, Desley Brooks, I think, is one of our representatives now. To raise that more regionally. I would suggest trying to get on one of their agendas, and one of the council members could probably help you do that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is that all, Ms. Nadel?
I wanted to add that I certainly do support the 100 block initiative. I think that the idea of concentrating social service resources in an area where we also have high crime makes absolute sense, and I really appreciate that effort. You've heard from some of my constituents how they feel that it's working already, so thank you for that as well. I'll stop now, and so you and Mr. Reed can speak as well, and then we can figure out what we might want to make as a motion.